Pope Francis has died. The world mourns a shepherd of mercy, a pope who broke barriers, washed prisoners' feet, and dared to say, "Who am I to judge?" His decade-long papacy stirred hearts and shook the foundations of tradition. But on May 8, 2025, history turned a new page. White smoke rose. Bells rang out. And for the first time ever, an American stepped onto the Vatican balcony. Cardinal Robert Prevost, born in Chicago, raised among Peru's poorest, is now Pope Leo XIV, a bridge between worlds, a voice for the forgotten, and the bold successor to Francis' legacy. Who is the man behind the name? And what does this mean for the future of the Church? Subscribe to Prime Bio, where we bring remarkable lives and world-changing moments vividly to life. Don't just watch history, understand it.
The world says goodbye to a spiritual leader who touched millions. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88, passing away peacefully on Easter Monday morning, the Vatican confirmed. His death, on a day symbolizing rebirth and resurrection, feels both solemn and symbolic. For the man who spent his life preaching mercy, hope, and humility, it's a farewell steeped in meaning. Pope Francis was a man of many firsts, the first Jesuit pope, the first pope from Latin America, and the first to take the name Francis, after the saint who embraced poverty, peace, and care for the earth. Born George Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, he rose from modest beginnings, taking the subway, cooking his own meals, and living with the people he served. In 2013, he stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica and broke tradition with 5 simple words: "Pray for me." It was the start of a papacy grounded in humility. Francis gave us more than sermons. He gave us action. He embraced refugees, kissed the feet of prisoners, and made the poor the heart of the Church. He challenged leaders on climate change, called out corruption, and opened dialogue on issues long considered untouchable, from LGBTQ rights to women's roles in the Church. Yes, his views stirred debate, but through it all, he remained a shepherd, walking with the people, not above them. In a divided world, he was a bridge builder. In a cold world, he was warmth, and in a church facing crisis, he was a voice for reform. On this Easter Monday, his journey ends, but his legacy is only beginning. Rest in peace, Pope Francis, a humble heart, a bold voice, a servant of love.
Vatican City, May 8, 2025. White smoke billowed from the Sistine Chapel's chimney at 4:17 p.m., and the bells of St. Peter's rang out. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, a 69-year-old from Chicago, emerged as Pope Leo XIV, the first U.S.-born pope in the Catholic Church's 2,000-year history. Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum. Habemus papam echoed across the square, igniting cheers from thousands. His journey to this moment, a tale of grit, faith, and quiet resolve, captivates the world. Want to know the full, untold story behind history in the making? Subscribe now to Prime Bio, where we bring remarkable lives and trending moments vividly to life. Born in 1955 on Chicago's South Side, Prevost grew up in a modest home, the son of a Navy veteran of French-Italian descent and a Spanish librarian. His childhood was far from privileged. He walked to school through tough neighborhoods, where faith was his anchor. Classmates called him godly even then, but his path wasn't easy. After graduating from Villanova University in 1977, Prevost rejected a lucrative path, rumors say a Harvard law offer, to join the Augustinian order. Ordained in 1982, he chose Peru's poorest villages over comfort, trekking 8 hours through Andes dust to serve remote communities. In Peru, Prevost faced struggles that shaped him. As a missionary, he learned Quechua, an ancient Incan language, to connect with locals. He battled poverty alongside them, once spearheading the purchase of 2 oxygen plants during the COVID-19 crisis, saving countless lives when Peru's death toll soared past 217,000. But his outspokenness stirred tension. In 2023, during violent protests after Peru's president was ousted, Prevost's public sorrow over the 49 deaths drew criticism from local elites. Yet, his compassion earned him Peruvian citizenship, with President Dina Boluarte later calling him a son of Peru by choice and conviction. By 2014, Pope Francis appointed Prevost Bishop of Chiclayo, and in 2023, he was called to Rome as prefect of the dicastery for bishops, a role shaping the global church by selecting its leaders. His reforms, like adding women to the bishop nomination process, sparked debate but showed his commitment to Francis' inclusive vision. Still, Prevost's 2012 remarks criticizing the homosexual lifestyle resurfaced, fueling controversy. Supporters argue he's since softened, focusing on poverty and migrants, while critics watch closely. His posts on X, slamming Trump's immigration policies as morally indefensible, revealed a bold streak, even as Trump later congratulated him. The conclave was a crucible. On May 8, after 4 rounds, 133 cardinals chose Prevost over favorites like Cardinals Tagle and Parolin. His American roots raised eyebrows. Vatican tradition shunned U.S. popes due to superpower optics, but his Peruvian ties and Francis' trust tipped the scales. Taking the name Leo XIV, honoring Leo XII's social justice legacy, he signaled a papacy of compassion amid crises, clergy abuse, women's roles, and global conflicts. From St. Peter's balcony, his voice trembled, "God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail." Pope Leo XIV's story isn't just historic, it's a testament to rising above struggle with faith. From Chicago's streets to Peru's highlands, he's carried the poor's burdens to the Vatican's pinnacle. Want to follow the next chapter of this remarkable papacy? Subscribe to Prime Bio on YouTube for powerful biographies and trending stories that inspire. Join our community of curious minds. Don't miss what's next.